So got this mill back in October. Got it all set up. I do have a video, or several videos and pictures of me putting it together, which I hope to put together in a video for you at some point here. It wasn't a bad process, but got it all set up, got it put over here. But it was just sort of a temporary setup because I really didn't want it here permanently, and just needed to get a few things cut up and managed to do that. But at the same time, as you can tell by the lack of leaves on the trees here, we're really close to getting some snow and the ground freezing. And I really didn't want to leave this out all winter uncovered. So my hope was, if I had to leave it here all winter, I could get some kind of a roof over it. Not sure how that would come together, but hopefully we could do something that would keep it out of the snow at least for the winter until I could get it moved. But as the month went on, and the days and weeks I should say, the weather was kind of being cooperative, and I managed to be able to get more done out back than I thought I would. And so the whole location for the sawmill and the log area, which you can see in my background here a little bit, is basically coming along. I'm probably a few days away. I do have some videos I've been posting as far as my progress. Got a little bit more to do, but yeah, we're making better progress than I thought I would. We're heading into week of Thanksgiving here, 21, and currently kind of odd. Don't have any plans to speak of as far as taking any time off, I guess. So I'm just going to keep pushing forward and try to see if I can't get the area prepped and see if we can't get this mill moved, because once I get it moved and it's in its permanent location, then I can go about making the roof for it and covering it up, and I won't have to deal with it all winter and deal with it again next spring. So we're going to take a walk out back and see what kind of progress we've made so far as the log yard and prepping the area. Show you what I'm going to be doing today, which is kind of the last step of clearing the back area. Well, I don't know if I'll get it done today, but we'll get a start on it today, and we'll go from there. I'm not going to be doing it tomorrow probably. It's supposed to be raining, and then like I said, I'm just trying to beat the weather with the snow and the freezing ground. So let's take a walk out back and I'll show you what we've been working on. Yeah, it was a pretty heavily wooded area, kind of like what you see further back. And we cleared out pretty much all of these trees over here. And what we got here is some pine, white pine. Tried to stack them in sizes a little bit, try to get a little more organized as we go, but these are 16 foot and under. There's some 8-foot pine, and there's some pretty big stuff here that I hope to get sawed up, cut up. Pretty good stack. Some of those bigger ones are probably pushing 20 or inches, and there's some bigger ones in that laying around here somewhere too. And we got the 8-foot pile here, 8, 10, something. This is red oak, and that's going to be, I think that's about 12 footers. There's some red oak 16 footers, and there's some red pine in the back there, and a piece, actually that's a piece of pine, this is pine. And so that's some of the lumber we have here that we managed to get stored, so that's good. It's up off the ground, and we got this area cleaned out. So still a lot to do. Got a wood pile over here that we got to cut up for the winter on the side, and use that for our maple syrup next February. Looking forward to that, next spring. But this is the area we got cleaned out, leveled off yesterday, And still going to clean out these trees here eventually. This area, I don't want to be running into it with the tractor. I just left them there for now. I might have a use for them, but ultimately they are going to come down. And then today I'll be working on this area. Going to start moving that pile. There's a couple good-sized stumps here, and basically the sawmill is going to go somewhere up in this area is my hope. And it'll be right near the log yard, and then I'll have this area here for storing the cut lumber and whatnot. So this is kind of what I'm hoping to get done. If I can get this, start getting this cleaned up. Probably won't get it all done today, but if I can get it cleaned up a little bit, maybe start stumping. I've got pretty good sized stump back here, but I don't know as I'll go for that one. That's a that's a red oak, I think. That's not too bad. That should come up pretty good. I'm going to take this bank back another 10 feet. And there's one more good sized stump over here. Red oak. Right. We'll get this pile cleaned up, get this banking cut back a few more feet, and that'll give us plenty of room back up in here to maneuver around and get stuff out of the way. So I'll get the camera set up, get the tractor warmed up. Of course, when I was looking at the stumps I had to pull, I hadn't considered for the moment that probably there was going to be some underneath that pile of brush. And there was. Nonetheless, they had to come out, and they were no bigger than the other two I'd previously looked at earlier, and either way they had to get out of the way. Really, the grapple works well. It's not a traditional one that you would see for logging, I guess. It's got the pointy nose on it, and I like that feature, and it seems to work pretty well in certain circumstances. Not to say I couldn't benefit from a more typical log grapple, but currently that seems to fit my needs. Brush pile gone. Back to stumping. Got 3 there. I'm lined up for 1. Well, 3 big ones. I see a couple small ones. Smaller. I'll get the camera moved and keep them rolling here. We got a couple hours of daylight, I think. So. just realized that the end of my thumb is bent in and is now hitting the boom on the backhoe anytime I pull it in too much. And that's not a good situation. So somehow I thought I'd find a good sized bar to come up with and bend it back, but yeah, no. Half-inch piece of plate steel. I just have to work with it, work around it, and take another stab at it another day. Maybe heat it up. But I can make it work for today. Just be careful not to ram it into the boom. And I managed to be careful with it and not do any damage, so it went well. You'll see me adjusting it a little later. I realized that if I put it in a little bit more, that it would be less in the way. But the reason it got bent is because anytime it's out like this and I'm stumping or I'm reaching far away and I reach across a stump, if I hit it, apparently it had gotten bent at some point and just progressively got worse. Kind of hard not to get in the way where it is, but it doesn't come off real easy, so you got to work with it. I'll have to be more careful in the future, but it worked for the day. cut out before that last one came out, and I was going to give up on it a little while ago, but then I saw it starting to wiggle, and I thought, you know what, I was pretty far from it, but I was able to get it out of there. So there's one, there's two, and there's three, and yeah, got a lot done. So now, considering how it started the day with the big pile and that hillside covered, now I can go in, take that back a little bit more, level it out, and we'll be ready to move that saw in here. I can't wait. Yeah, it's getting dark, getting cold, but all in all, I'd say it was a good day. Take this hillside out here, push it back, and we will have enough room. Woot woot. Good job, Mahindra.